You know, it's actually been a while since I've seen a good Ninja Loot video. Let me just move myself so you can see this particular individual here. Oh man, he's determined. You can tell this is a man on a mission. He knows what he's about to do. He knows what needs to happen. He was just waiting for the right opportunity to do so.
A Dragon Spine trophy just dropped in a Gruul Pog. The highest roll was a 96, and the raid leader rolled a 90.
Oh!
But he gave it to himself on stream, and nothing's gonna happen.
Wow, that's a nice way to phrase it too. Not ninja looting, not stealing. He gave it to himself. You know what? I'm gonna save that for future use.
Here's exactly what went down, what's gonna happen next, and how to protect yourself from groups like this.
Literally never raid with streamers. That's how you protect yourself. It's the simplest solution out there.
Last night, any players looking for
Never
a
do it.
last-minute Gruul Pug on Nightslayer Alliance, they thought they hit the jackpot. A player named Kansan was hosting a 2x soft reserve run. Shield was hard reserve, but Dragon Spine Trophy was open. Everybody in the raid was going to have a chance at this incredibly rare Dragon Spine Trophy. As a result, a lot of players joined this run that wouldn't have otherwise. But here's where it all went south, in a massively unexpected way. See, anybody joining this run, they didn't realize they were raiding with a streamer, and that streamer was...
Oh, it was such an innocent raid night. 20 people came together. They wanted to destroy Gruul, but they did not realize they were raiding with a streamer. A menace of society, a blight upon the earth, a scourge. It's you know, it's actually funny because it's true. I cannot even argue with that.
none other than Dims Live. Now, this dude has built up a loyal community. Members of
What? Homie, which loyal community? Bro has 122 subs. Nobody cares about him.
his group positively remarked to me
And
that
it's
he
not like me trying to be a jerk here. Like, I don't care because, you know, clearly he's doing what he's doing. I mean, it just, like, reality.
was an elitist. He wasn't gatekeeping them from joining. But on the other hand, he's had a fair share of controversies, such as the hotly debated Streamer Ninja ZG Tiger incident, which he claimed was
So it's not his first rodeo. Okay. So we're seeing a man at work here.
a miscommunication and that the item was always meant to be hard reserved to him. Now, is it fair to categorize
The item was promised to me, guys. It's mine. Don't you see it? No, I just forgot to, like, click on the thingy. Like, who cares? Like, who cares, right? It's mine.
someone who streamed for years and years, done hundreds of raids as a ninja looter for a handful of incidents?
What?
Well, it's not for me to
Wait, there's a literal montage of homie doing the exact same thing. You know what? At some point, guys, you gotta shift the blame to yourself. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And this man clearly fooled more than twice.
Well, it's not for me to decide. You be the judge.
Dim's Life versus Asmongold, the OG ninja looter. But to be fair, I think most people just give their items willingly to Asmongold. It's just what happens when you garner such a massive community. You're bound to get a few lackeys that do whatever you say.
Either way, setting the scene, we now have 24 random bug players here. All the physical DPS believe they have a chance at the best trinket in the game. So they kill High King Mulgar, they kill Gruul, and against all odds, there's the Dragon Spine trophy sitting right there. The rolls go out, anybody with a soft reserve on the item, they get to roll. Ragebreed starts us off with a 94, so he's the highest roll. Then a few rolls later, we get Little Dweeb, he rolls a chart-topping 96. Now there's two people at 94 and 96. But now it's time for Kansan, also known as Dims, to roll. He has two soft reserves on the DST, since he's already hard reserved the shield, so he rolls twice. First roll a 90, okay, and the second roll a 66. Now the only thing stopping Little Dweeb from getting his DST is a streamer that has control of the Master Loot, and has taken some liberties in the past.
I rolled a 90 on it.
Look at that.
I'm
Look
the
at
number
that.
one highest person.
Look at that. You seen that? I'll rewind. He had a second of maybe I shouldn't be doing this. He thought about it for a literal fraction. But no, his profession clearly got the better of him. This is a man on a mission. This is a man at work.
The 90 on it.
He knows what's up. He knows what he needs to do.
I'm the number one highest person on the list, brother. How about that?
Bro, what a... No morals, no shame, just raw power. He went for the bank. He did not care. This guy is an immovable object, and you just stood in his way. No, it's insane. Insane. You try to move him. He literally cannot be shaken. He cannot be stirred. This man knew what he was doing. Oh, it's so cringe. But bro, at least have the decency to say, you know what, I rolled high enough, I'll take it. Just saying that you had the highest roll when people can easily refute that, plus you're literally live streaming, you weirdo. What are you talking about? Everyone knows that you're lying. It's so cringe. Bro, some streamers think they deserve everything in the world because they stream. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. This is top tier rat behavior. He can literally change his name to Ratatouille. It would be way more fitting.
And that's it. Dims takes the DST despite having the third highest roll, and it's recorded live on stream, posted to Reddit,
Close
shared
enough.
across Discords. It's even backed up by a link to the WoW Armory featuring, yep, that's a shiny new DST. So what do you think should happen? Because nothing will. Absolutely nothing.
Of course.
He's going to keep running raids, and people are going to keep joining them.
Yeah, that's just the streamer's privilege, right? You're gonna keep running raids, people won't care. And also, word don't spread as far as it used to back in the day. Because back in the old days, people would 100% have ostracized him. Your name would have been on a blacklist. And that list, you know you would never come off of it. Unless you gave something in return, which would be probably equal. Maybe in gold to like the person as compensation, and you kind of just squash the beef. But no, this person like would have been blacklisted regardless because he did it so many times. But nowadays, unfortunately, so many people are playing, it doesn't really matter. He's gonna find other people to play with.
On a 100,000 player server, reputation just doesn't matter like it used to.
Exactly.
But
You
this
see?
story is not about one individual streamer taking advantage of a system. In the last month, there have been plenty of other DST ninjas. There was a serial ninja looter that got master loot, sold DSTs despite having valid rolls from other raiders. Each time, the victims, they
What?
properly filed reports. They sent them to
Bro, you take item and sell them for real money? Or what is that? What have you become? Man, I hate this community. I hate retail player. I think if someone played retail, they should be banned from Classic at this point. It's just so disgusting, man. What are they doing? It's such a rat mentality. Are you just gonna take all the gear for yourself because you're that greedy? Homie, it's just a game. I mean, just give the people what they actually deserve. If someone rolled higher than you, just give it to them. Stop being a little... Oh my god, man, I wish my channel was bigger so I could say different words, okay? I have to be careful here. It's kind of cringe, but at the end of the day, you know, I have to make it. It just... You know what I'm about to say, right? These people are certain something that I cannot mention, but... Hey, you know what? Maybe one day I'll be able to say 100% of what I think.
directly to Blizzard, only to be ignored completely.
Of
and
course.
when these victims complained on Reddit and Discord, the common response from the player base has been, Blizzard simply doesn't do anything for ninja looting.
Yeah, because they don't care. All they do is re-release Classic and then just let it go and let the money flow in. They literally do not care about you or anything else. The last time I've seen them actually do something, it was when situation became so dire with the Black Lotus bot farming, then they changed it. And it's the same thing with the false reporting on Encourage when people reported the guy who were trying to go for Scarab, and he got automatically banned because of the autoflex system. Yeah, that's the only two times I see them actually correcting something. And it's because it literally, quite literally destroyed the game.
But is that really the case? Is there any hope to get an item moved to the correct player? Well, it
Yes.
does appear that Blizzard
Of
can
course.
occasionally take action.
Yeah, Blizzard has the power to give any items to any player. We had some mishaps happening with this before. Some GM left an item in some player backpack, and it was able to one-shot the entire Lich King raid, right? Like Icecorn Citadel, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me on that. So yeah, obviously, they can give you any item they want. Like even items that aren't available, like GM items.
But what happens won't be very satisfying for Little Dweeb. See, if the person with Master Loot specifically advertised that an item is available, and then it gets ninja looted, this is the only time Blizzard will take action. But they have to say it in chat, and has to be done with purely in-game rolls and no soft reserve.
Yeah.
They haven't been taking action for any soft reserve ninja looting at all. They refuse, for whatever reason, to open up a third-party website, to look at videos, or do anything outside of the game unless it's in-game rolls and chat.
And that's why it's so important to have one GM per server. That's why it would be so healthy if you actually had a GM that people can turn to whenever stuff turns like this. You know, whenever you have someone scamming people, like gold selling, all that stuff, because GM that is strictly living inside of one server can actually pinpoint and pick targets that engage in some sort of malicious practice and just outright ban them. So it's really important to have one GM per server, but Blizzard, again, would never do that because probably most of their GMs would cube crawl or fridge raid.
But here's the real contradiction.
They need that milk.
Blizzard banned GDKPs. They pushed us towards soft reserves. And then when people exploit soft reserves, Blizzard says, we can't help with the third-party sites, sorry.
Wait, that's actually a good point. I haven't thought of that. He actually brought up a really good point there. Yo, okay, I agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah, he's right. Blizzard do need to step up and take more responsibility because they banned GDKPs. He's right.
They created the problem, but they won't fix it. It's driving us down a very bad road, where people are starting to realize they can ninja loot in soft reserves, and they face zero repercussions outside of social ones. So here are 3 things Blizzard could do right now. Let me know which one you think is the best. Number 1, they could build a soft reserve system in-game. It tracks whether items are properly given out. It actually stops...
I don't think they can do that. I think the game is hard-coded and you can't add too many things except for like maybe mount, like they did the last time with TBC, and maybe that's it. I might be wrong about that. In my opinion, that's what I think. Like adding a completely new system to such an old code, I don't believe it would work. Again, I may be wrong about that. It's just what I think.
Stops people from ninja looting. If people...
Yeah, and even if they could, and it took them some time and effort to do so, Blizzard would never make that much of an investment for a classic server because people would play regardless.
Knew they could risk a 7-day ban, they wouldn't ever ninja loot. Number 2, you could give Blizzard GMs the ability to actually go to these third-party sites and verify who had the soft reserves. What are they scared of? Are their computers catching COVID or something? And number 3, this one could be literally implemented today. If a threshold of people were verifiably in the raid, say 15 players, and they all submit tickets saying somebody ninja looted, just delete the item. 0 people are going to want to ninja loot if they're going to suffer massive reputational damage, and the item vaporizes the next day.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can do that. You can do that relatively easy, I believe. So, yeah, it makes complete sense. I like that idea.
Personally, I'm a huge fan of option 3. Nothing demoralizes a cheater like...
But you do really need someone to verify that because otherwise people would just troll other people. And you don't want this system to be abused. And it can be easily abused if it just auto-flags. And we've seen it happen before with Encourage.
A rollback. But even more than that, I think integrating soft reserve into the game itself is the real long-term fix, if Blizzard's going to force us to use that as a loot system. But we know Blizzard is unfortunately very slow to make changes like this. So here are 3 more ways you can protect yourself from ninja looting when Blizzard isn't going to do it for you. First, always search the raid leader on Discord. It wouldn't have helped in the Dims case, but it will get you out of situations like when a serial ninja looter took 2 DSTs in 2 weeks. Players have actually put a ton of work into Blacklist. Really, the best of all the servers is Spine Shatters, which maintains a massive database of all the names of players that are likely to screw you over.
Bro, imagine seeing your name there. I bet he's looking at it and like, yeah, I'm number 1, bitches. Eat it.
Number 2, half of you were going to say this one. Join a guild. Yes, some of them are going to take loot from you in other ways, like Loot Council, for example. But there are a lot of fair guilds out there doing soft reserves right now.
Yeah.
And the odds of a GM killing his own guild over a DST when he's already giving himself warglaves, yeah, I think you're safe for the time being. Number 3, inspect the leader. If the raid leader's wearing ZG gear, but he's running a cruel pug, he may not be there to raid. He's there to make money off of you. You gotta watch out for the leaders who spam a lot of instructions in the raid warning. They seem unwilling to use Discord, and they're wearing really weird gear that doesn't make any sense. Not all...
And they smell like Cheetos. Yeah, I agree. These are nice indicators that you're about to be ninja looted.
All these leaders are gonna properly communicate the hard reserves. Some are gonna outright steal the loot too. Either way, you could easily get scammed. The thing is, these runs will become the majority of all Gruul runs soon, because they're going to be selling DST to make real-life money. Keep your eyes open, and if this kind of content helps you to avoid being scammed...
It's so pathetic, man. All of these ninja... By the way, great video. I'm going to leave it in the description. You guys can watch it for yourself. But it's just so pathetic to see all of these pathetic, lame streamers trying to pull off stuff like that. It's honestly just so disheartening, man. Like, seeing the game that you once knew and loved just going down the dumpster for retail mentality. It's always cringe to see, but again, I'm constantly saying it, guys. Streamers ruined World of Warcraft. You guys won't believe me. I'll just have to show it to you over and over again until finally you understand.